speaking of personality and charm, we will see that on full display on the next season of Bachelor in Paradise.
Yes.
I was so delightfully shocked when I saw the news that you were going to be bartending in Costa Rica with Wells. What was the experience like? What can you tease about this season?
Yeah, I was shocked as well, but I was so honored to be a part of what is like an iconic show. Bachelor Nation is where I got my start. So that they asked me to come and be this new part of the show, it was really cool. So I am more Paradise Relations. Wells makes all the drinks. I can't make a drink to save my life, but I know how to pop a bottle of champagne.
Okay, that's useful.
And I lead up the champagne lounge on rose ceremony night. So that's the most bartending you're getting from me, bottle service girl. But throughout the season and throughout their stay at Paradise, I'm just really trying to make sure that everybody has a good time and an ear and shoulder whatever they need. If we need to cry, if we need to laugh, if I need to encourage, I'm just that voice of reason, I hope. So it was really fun and kind of like redemptive from my time there. It's like a full circle thing. Like I get to be the person that I wish I would have had.
Wow, I love that. Yeah, were you able to give advice to people that you were like, you really should do this, and maybe they didn't listen, and you're like, okay, well, you'll learn one day.
Well, there's a fine line of that with this, because I think that's what people will notice a little bit different about this season is it's pretty hands off when it comes to this is the cast making their own decisions and more just like listening and encouraging than being like, you should do this and you should do that. Like, people are entertaining on their own. You don't have to force anything. But if they really wanted to know my advice, I gave it, and then they did what they wanted to.
Oh, okay. Was there ever a time where you're like, okay, so that's the exact opposite of what I said? And did you ever confront them where you're like, why didn't you listen to me?
You know, you live and you learn.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Well, I do love the title Paradise Relations, and you were saying that you wish you had maybe a Paradise Relation girl on any of your seasons. Were there parts of, or maybe like mistakes that you identified and others that you were like, oh, I made that same mistake, and I really wish you would not do that?
Yeah, I think trying to date in this type of bubble is really tough, and nobody else on the outside that's watching the show will fully understand.
Yeah.
How immersive the experience is, and it all feels so real, which it is. It is a real experience, but contained. And sometimes there are certain conversations that you don't have because you're just like in this love bubble, or you don't really like listen to what the person's actually trying to tell you, because people will tell you who they are, but sometimes it's hard to really discern that. So yeah, I think that there'll be some moments where people are going to have to just learn the hard way.
There's a lot of...
Which I did, and here we are.
But you know, I feel like you navigated your experience within Bachelor Nation pretty flawlessly. I actually just showed Danny right before we started this interview the podium moment.
Oh,
that is one of my favorite moments in reality television history. When you look back on that moment, you must be so proud of that girl.
I remember the moment, and I'm like, kind of like, yes, and I just remember like being so full of rage in that moment. And yeah, I guess I stood up for myself, but I wasn't like thinking, oh, this is going to be a moment by any means.
And then
I was just like, I'm going to look crazy.
What's wrong with that?
No, you made him look crazy.
No, but I was going crazy.
Yeah.
Well, he was making you, rightfully so.
He was making me crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Men have that effect a lot.
Yeah.